Hello, comic book fans, and welcome back to another episode of Comic Book Thursdays. Today, I have two graphic novels I want to share with you all. They are two Batman graphic novels. Now, the reason I'm doing these Batman graphic novels is because this year is Batman's 75th birthday. It has already passed. Last month was his 75th anniversary, but I realized there's a lot of Batman stories that I have not read, so I've been catching myself up with all these different Batman graphic novels because there are literally hundreds of all these different Batman stories. So now I'm getting caught up, and I wanted to talk about this one that I just recently finished. This one here, Batman Canonopathy, I finished this one last week. And then The Widening Gyre, the sequel to Canonopathy, I finished it yesterday. These are both written by Kevin Smith, and I really enjoyed the Widening Gyre. Canonopathy was all right. I didn't think it was all that great until the end, but The Widening Gyre really makes up for it. So let's dive right on into it. To start things off, the Joker is in Arkham Asylum, and Batman, or not Batman, Deadshot, one of Batman's villains, is there to kill the Joker because somebody has put out a hit on the Joker. So he shows up and he's there to kill him. That's when this mysterious figure shows up, this mysterious person wearing a black mask with a target on his face. There he is right there. And stops Deadshot from killing the Joker. So he stops him, and then he goes and lets the Joker free. That's when the Batman shows up and he talks to Deadshot, and he's like, what happened? And Deadshot tells him, I was there to kill the Joker, but this guy showed up. He caught me off guard, and he let the Joker go. And then comes in this other character. He goes by the name Zeus as his supervillain name. It's that crazy guy right there. Right there. He is there. The reason he's in the story is he takes the Joker's laughing gas, the stuff that kills people and makes them die laughing to death, and he makes it into a drug that he puts out on the streets that people can get high on. And so the Joker starts a gang war with this guy for producing his drug that was supposed to kill people, and now he's made this so people get high. And Batman learns about this, and he brings in this Zeus character, and he brings him to Gotham Central, where Gordon's going to hand him over to the feds because he's been doing a major drug operation. So the Joker then in turn shows up on top of Gotham Central to break in to kill this guy, and Batman's up there already waiting for him, and that is when they kind of get into a quick scuffle. But then the character with the black mask and the target painted on his mask shows up, and those two get into a fight, Batman and the target guy, and that's when the target guy, he starts losing the Batman, so he goes to stab the Joker. He stabs him in the heart and then runs away. This is leaving Joker only minutes to survive, and Batman has to make a choice whether or not he is going to save the Joker or go after this criminal, and he decides to save the Joker. Now this is where it gets interesting. Batman goes and visits the Joker in the hospital, and he says to the Joker, right when it came down to it, I thought that if you died, I would be fine, as long as it wasn't me who killed you. I thought I could let you die, but when it came down to it, I saw you dying, and I just could not let you die. So he says, I decided to save you, and that's when the Joker says, you know what, Batman, you may feel that way, but if it were me, I would have killed you. I would have let you die, and then I would have stopped being the Joker. He says, without you, there is no me. And so if you would have died, I would have stopped being the Joker. I would have stopped killing people. And Batman kind of feels this remorse where if he would have let the Joker die, maybe the Joker would have finally found peace in Gotham too. And that's what he tells Joker when he returns to the cave, or that's what he tells Alfred when he returns to the cave. Now, that's pretty much the end of it. It shows here that is the guy with the crazy black mask and the target on his face. So that is the last panel right there. Those are all different superheroes who he had killed. Now, next up is the Widening Gyre, the sequel to that canonopathy. And things start off where Batman and Nightwing, they are taking down another supervillain, and that is after they finish with this supervillain, Nightwing brings Batman to the morgue and shows him this dead body here with all the plants coming out of him. So Batman assumes that this is the work of Poison Ivy, and he shows up at Arkham and to find Arkham overrun by Ivy's plants. But she didn't do it to take over Arkham. She did it to protect herself from this guy over here. And yeah, just a weird cannibal-like guy, monster-looking. But Batman fights this thing, and he starts losing to it. It proves to be too strong for him. And that's when this guy right here, this guy with the goat mask, shows up, and he gives Batman a helping hand, and he takes down that weird-looking, creepy guy. And so, as things go on, Batman keeps going out and being Batman, and this guy with the goat mask keeps showing up and helping out Batman. So Batman has really no reason to pursue this person, because he's helping. Now, there's this character that enters into the story who becomes a love interest for Batman, Bruce Wayne, and this is her right here. Her name is Silver St. Cloud, and she is a part of Batman's past, Bruce Wayne's past, actually. And I'm not sure if this is a character that Kevin Smith made up or if she is actually somebody from the Batman histories. Like I said, I'm now just starting to get caught up, but they start this love interest, and it gets to the point where Bruce Wayne feels like he may no longer need to be Batman. It goes as far as one night when Bruce Wayne decides, you know what, I don't need to be Batman tonight. Robin and this guy with the goat mask can take over and patrol tonight, and I'm going to go to Aspen with this woman and spend the night with her. And so things look to be pretty good for her. Things with this guy with the goat mask seem to be going well. He's helped out Batman numerous times. He's becoming more confident in Robin's abilities. And so he starts being a little bit more lax as the Batman. And then one night when he's out on patrol, he is stopped by Catwoman, and she tells Batman, who she also knows he's Bruce Wayne, that I know that you've been seeing this woman, and if I would have heard something about it in like the news or something about you seeing this woman, I would have thought nothing about it, that you're just pretending to be Bruce Wayne. But I haven't. I've seen you with this woman, and I haven't seen anything on the news. So I know it's not something that you're just trying to give off as your other persona as Bruce Wayne. And she confesses her love to Batman, to Bruce Wayne, and then this happens. So Bruce feels guilty about that, and that's when he goes to Aspen, but with Silver, and he doesn't just do it for that reason. It says here in the dialogue that he could see himself eventually, maybe within a few years, giving up being Batman, and then he keeps running into Catwoman. He keeps avoiding her, and then he follows the goat mask guy home, and then they have this touching moment where he tells him, where the goat mask guy tells Batman that his brother was killed, and that's why he comes to Gotham to help rid crime. So Batman connects with him, and he's like, yeah, I can see why this guy is doing it, because that's why I do it. My parents were killed. So now we're in the final issue here, and Batman is confessing more, or Bruce Wayne is confessing more of his love to Silver St. Cloud, and he finally proposes to Silver here. Oop, right there. He's proposing to her, and he's planning more and more to stop being Batman. And he goes out on another patrol with the goat mask guy, and he says, "Hey, why don't you come on over, and I'll make you, or I'll give you some breakfast because they're out late and whatnot. They haven't eaten, so that's what they do. And when they return to Gotham Manor, or Wayne Manor, um, he takes off his mask and he shows, hey, I'm Bruce Wayne. This is my true identity. Silver St. Cloud is there, and she is wearing a Batman cowl, and she takes hers off, and this is who I am. My name is Silver, and he's like, oh wow, you're both pretty famous. And that's when Batman, he's talking about breakfast. He turns his back, and that's when this happens. It is the man with the black mask in the target. He was the guy who is wearing the goat mask all along, and he kills Silver St. Cloud. And that is the end of the Widening Gyre. Now, you're probably wondering, well, shit, there should be a third part to this story, should there not? Indeed, there should be, but Kevin Smith has not written this third sequel. So I thought it was a really good fucking read. I thought that the whole dynamic between Bruce Wayne and Silver St. Cloud was awesome. I like love interest stories, and this is definitely one of those. He pretty much says, I will give up being Batman within a few years, as long as I know that somebody can take up the cowl for me, or at least do something to protect Gotham. Or maybe not completely quit it altogether, but maybe only go out a few times a week, not every night of the week. And then his lady love is killed by one of the villains in the previous Canonopathy. And so I've heard Kevin Smith talk about what he has planned for the third installment, and pretty much he has said that DC has let him have free reign of Batman's character now because they have completely rebooted everything. They are now the New 52. So this will be Kevin Smith's third installment will be the last of the previous universe. So pretty much after he writes it, it won't be canon anymore. So he said pretty much he's gonna have Batman lose it. he might have Batman killing people, and I can't wait for it. After I finished the Widening Gyre, I was like, this is really, really good. So if you have a couple bucks, it's not very expensive. It's less than with the both of them, it's less than $40. But I really enjoyed it. If you've been watching my videos and you've been enjoying them, I think you will enjoy it. Even though I do very heavy spoilers in this, I still think it's worth a read because there's a lot of stuff that I give you the main plot details. I don't break down everything, every last panel. So you should definitely check it out if you enjoyed this, if you think it's a very interesting story, which it is completely if you're a Batman fan. So yeah, that's all I have to say. I give Batman Canonopathy and the Widening Gyre both together, not singly, because the Canonopathy wouldn't get a very high score if I just reviewed that, if I just gave a score to that one. But these together, I would give it about an 8. The Canonopathy brings it down a little bit, but I would definitely give it an 8 out of 10. And they're very good, both together. So, with that, this is the end of the video. Thank you for watching. Go ahead and like the video if you enjoyed it. Go ahead and subscribe if you want to see more content from me. And I'll see you guys next week on the next Comic Book Thursdays.